Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another preview video. Because in today's one, we're going to be looking at the tmnt IDW issue 122 that comes out tomorrow, but come out a few days later on my channel. And if you are interested, come by next week for a live discussion where I talk about it next Thursday potentially, whenever this video comes out. So please do come along for that. Have a nice discussion. You know, and yeah, so in the last issue 121, it was the big sort of finale to it, but this is sort of like the ending everything off and tying everything up that's happened so far. But last issue, the Turtle stopped Hob and tied him up in a cage, but his Hob has all weaseled him way out with the weasels, pun intended there. And now we're just going to see like the aftermath of it and see where the story is going to eventually be taken and what it's going to be set up for the future. I'm not really sure what it could potentially be set up, but it's got potential for big things, you know. So yeah, let me quickly just share the screen over. This one. Okay, so yeah, here we have the actual screen, all that. Yeah, so this is the cover A. I'll be talking about what other covers you can get in a minute. Well, this one doesn't really have anything to do with the actual story. It's more like a Thanksgiving one with all toes and their friends around the table and doing all that. So we have this little bit, which is not really too important, but the story is done by Sophie Campbell, the art's done by Jodie Nashijimi, I'm pretty sure I said that wrong, the colors by Rhonda Patterson, the less by Sean Lee, and yeah. So when we look at through the actual thing, I won't go do my normal reading stuff like how I normally do because that'll be done for the actual video. So they just go on saying that like Hob was actually like doing really good stuff. He was actually like a very good person, all that. He wasn't trying to be a bad guy like he was sort like basically made out to be. As he was getting all these props and stuff for the mutant or for Mutant Town so that they can actually live, and all they were like building up supplies. They even had the Foot Clan, if you saw like earlier, they had the Foot Clan helping them out. And this even goes to show that like this bit here, they were saving up ice creams and lollipops and all that just for the mutanimals or Mutant Town. So Pop wasn't doing a bad thing. It's just that he didn't really get the products out to the right people, which is interesting on why he didn't. But I feel like that's a story for another day. So you continue down. For some reason, they've already got this page twice. And yeah, so you say that uh, they found an ice cream where and then they wanted to set up the mid-animal space is sort of like a town hall sort of thing where people can make their complaints and all that. But the only problem is that they run into is that they don't really know like who should be deciding what and all that stuff. They want to get the place wide up, so they get Donnie and Mona Lisa involved. Um, and yeah, so this is where like say like we don't really know like who should be in charge of what, because even though they're mutants, they still have human rights. And just like Hobbes should have someone to have like hear him out and make him a good person, have him defend him. But like if he doesn't, then should be executed, should go to prison. If so, what are the rules and all that? And I really think this is all very interesting. So Sally asks, saying, "Oh, there should be someone here protecting the place, guarding her, and all that." Leo says, "Oh no, not me." He doesn't really give much of a reason. Donnie and Mona can't because they're setting things up and doing all that. Mikey can't because he's doing a podcast. Yeah, apparently that's more important. Jenica can't because she doesn't go well with cops. Um, Apex doesn't because she's got the wheels to look after, and I respect that. Pete tries to, but he sadly fails as well. You know, it's just not his life, you know. And Sally thinks he'll be better as an advisor, which I can understand and all that. But then Raph says like he'll do it. There isn't really much to it, but also some other things that happen within this thing, which I feel like are potential like key points for the future, is that they're going to start up a newspaper. I think it's Mona Laura I think that's the name, and April. They're going to be doing their own thing. And yeah, oh, Lola, that was the name. So those three are going to be setting up their own thing. And April's going to be going down more the route of being a news reporter. And let's just say that if you know Tells, then you know where this thing is sort of heading. And I think that's quite cool to see like both sides of the character fully coming through. Where she started off as a scientist, but now as a news reporter. Sort of like how she was like Mirage Comics, then turned over to be news reporter and data show. Yeah, that's quite cool to see that cool nostalgia stuff coming back to play. I think that's quite cool to see. Overall for the preview, interested to see where this is going. I do have a feeling this one there's not going to be any fighting. It's more going to be like a talking issue. Well, like what I mean by that is just that it's just going to be talking. Nothing wrong about it because there could be a lot of stuff that could be set up and everything like that, which I'm quite looking really forward to and all that. So if you're interested about different covers, don't worry, they do have quite a few for those. So the first one, which I'm going to quickly show you, is the Kevin Eastman cover, which is just Mona Lisa in the sun. I'm not too sure what this has anything to do with the actual storyline, anything like that. I'm sure it will potentially, but maybe not. It's a bit weird, I won't lie. It looks okay there, but yeah, doesn't look that interesting. But we are looking for other covers. We do have this one, which is the 110 variant, which is this one, and it looks really cool, giving us vibes of like 2003, specifically like Back to the Sewers. And we should probably go over the actual what this issue is going to be about. So this issue or description for this one is that the fallout from the confrontation between the Mutanimals and the tmnt continues with many questions. What direction Mutant Town is headed for, while the Turtles discuss their new path forward. Hob begins to set his sights on a new target, Baxter Stockman. Okay, so this sounds really interesting to see where it does go. I can see that the Turtles making a big decision on what's going to happen next. I feel like that's going to be the big main issue, or not issue, but like the main thing we're going to be talking about in the issue. And don't get me wrong, that's quite cool to see because in this world we don't really know what's going to happen to them, and especially with a new direction where the Turtles can do literally anything, and we wouldn't know about it. It's quite cool and really exciting to see. And yeah, I'm not too sure where either Turtle will go. Yeah, Hobbs seems like his one could be more of a not a main big focus on the issue, but could be like have like a 1 or 2 pages throughout the issue. Wonder if he still has Weasels with him trying to go after Stockman, or if the Weasels actually contact the Turtles saying that he's going after him or anything like that. So the Hobbs storyline seems very interesting as well, as I feel like there's a few possibilities where that could lead to, well, could not lead to. That's a really exciting time, you know. I think that's really all I've got to say. Oh yeah, if you want to get that 110 variant, you need to have like 10 issue or 10 copies. One of them would be that one. So it might be a tad bit expensive, but you know, it's there, it's pricey, but still we love it for it. So yeah, let me know what you think about this whole preview. What do you think? Like, well, what are you looking forward to the most? Looking forward to Turtles having a new path in life, or I don't know, doing our own separate things and all that, or is it a Hob thing where he's gonna be sending his sites in Stockman? Let me know. What I'm really excited to see what you guys had to hear. Oh, in probably say that wrong. Or what you think is going to be coming soon. And if you want to, let me know what cover you could be getting. I'm really interested to see that. Because I think that's one thing many people really talk about is saying, "Oh, I'm going to get this cover. I'm going to get this cover." Personally, me, I'm just going to get normal cover, just because it's the easiest one to get, really. But yeah, that's real all for today. I said everything. Yes, I have, truly have. Okay, so yeah, wow. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you do this one, please share, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.